Hey, welcome back to A Mother's Heart at Christmas. Today is, let's just face it, I've forgotten the days. 11? I'm going to guess. We'll see if I'm right later on. Gonna make some changes. I'm going to go until day 20. So, because I want to close out the year with my family and not really having to take time away from them to edit and do these things. And I thought I would get a better outcome doing these videos, just an honest moment, but I have not. And so I don't want to take any days after the 20th since that is so close to Christmas. And I um, need to celebrate my teams around me, my students, and all of that. And so I have a lot to prepare for leading up to Christmas. So after the 20th, um, I will be boohoo. For some people, probably be sad. I will be reducing my time on socials. Going into 2026, I really have some goals. I will do a video about that um, probably after the holidays, probably like right before the New Year's, maybe. It depends on how the calendar lands. Um, the first is a Thursday, I think. And so it depends on how the calendar lands, but I will talk more on that as far as like what Instagram and YouTube and this whole social media world looks like for me in 2026. So, pushing that out the way, today is not a topic. I hope you enjoyed my cleaning evening clean with me. Let me know if you enjoyed that. Um, I am a cleaning person. I grew up with a mom, still to this day, whose house is never dirty when you go there. It is crazy. And so I don't know how she does it. We push to be like our mothers, but sometimes we have to let go of the like we are not them. So, would you rather use a creepy porcelain doll as your Christmas tree topper or an embarrassing baby picture of you? I would love to hear your answers. I was cute as a baby. I don't got no embarrassing baby pictures. If I did, I probably would choose the picture over the porcelain because I have like a creep. I don't know. I just don't like those dolls. I really don't. The ones that look like they staring at you no matter where you standing at. Like, I just don't like them. Anyway, so that is your fun question for today. Don't mind me fixing my hair. I'm trying to hide my braids up, guys. Trying to hide them braids. Your girl is getting her hair done. My Christmas treat to myself is getting this hair done and trimmed and blown out. So I'll probably get to see that in the new year. It's coming though. It's coming. All right. Today's video is going to be our holiday schedule. I don't know if you guys reduce down to a certain amount when the holidays start to come, but because I like to go up right to before Christmas doing schoolwork, I tend to change a few things. So today I'm going to show you what our schedule is and talk about how that looks like in our school, in our homeschool. So, of course, for the holidays, we are reading Frankenstein. I don't have it sitting over there. And we are playing with this and also God's Guides to Girls phone and the phone in their pocket. Yeah. I keep messing up that title every time I say it. And so I print out a little basic thing on pages, literally. And this is December 10th, which was today, all the way up to December 2nd. Twecken. What was that? What was that? Anyway, December 22nd. And so first things first, they need to go and check off their whole morning routine, and that includes your bedrooms and showering and the dog and all that stuff. So that's in their routine, and that is on our cozy calendar, and they just go over there and click it off. They are responsible for doing that. Honestly, that helps me not to have to be on repeat. The next thing after they do their morning routine and they're all ready for the day this is a requirement because yes, sometimes during the holidays I will X this out and we'll end up going somewhere. So it's also very important that they know, like, and still to this day, I'm like, it's a Saturday and you guys decided to lounge before you got dressed. Like, what if we were going somewhere? So I'm trying to like really pack that in. And I feel like going from public school to homeschooling kind of messed that up because we felt like, oh, we're wild and free, and we could just lounge around in our robes and stuff. And yeah, that wasn't a good decision for our home. Probably some people can do that and it doesn't bother them, but for my boys, that wasn't a good decision. Anyway, so daily, they are required to do one lesson in Bible. And if you don't know, we use Not Consumed Bible Studies. And so they do one page in that. And as we kind of get, or as because I'm usually doing the same Bible study they're doing. And so as we get to something or I get to something good, I kind of touch base with them like, ooh, how was that for you today? And all those things. So I don't make it to where it's like we have to sit down at the table. It's more so like, when we get to it, I mention it and that's it. That's what that looks like. And then they're all required to do math. One lesson in math for my seventh grader. We really were trying to get grounded with Think Well. Going from CTC to Think Well was fine. There was no like, oh my goodness, this is so much different. I think with Think Well, excuse me, they don't grade everything. Not that I'm worried about the grade, y'all. They don't grade everything. So there's quizzes and tests, and um, my son is so funny. He's determined to keep his grade in the A, which is, I mean, it keeps him motivated. But the lessons, I feel like they're short like CTC. And so even though on the quizzes and the tests, he's getting good grades, I feel like when he's doing the work, it's not sticking. I feel like he's one that he needs to like do things very repetitively in math in order for me to see that he really knows it. So like we've done fractions over the summer, even though it's something he knows. In long division, we've done over the summer once because he's just had to do it. So it depends. Denison, of course, is going great. I will say about Denison, I'm at that point now where I feel like my oldest is saying it's not that challenging for him. It's not like challenging him. Um, And so for his senior year, we might try something a little bit more different. And definitely trying to work those through the summer so they can have 5 maths on their transcript versus 4. So trying to work that out. This is like a homeschool update. Anyway, let me get back to the schedule. So they have to do one lesson in Bible and one lesson in math. They have to read for 1 hour. This includes required reading. For my older two, they're required reading right now for this small holiday break is going to be Facing the Facts and Boyhood and Beyond. I picked 2 books because I figure they can swap. One can read one week and the other one can read one next week. And that's how I'm kind of going to get these 2 books out the way. I am going to try to read these with them. So they're going to read these during this time, but they also will continue reading them through the new year because once we are on Christmas break, there's a whole nother schedule that happens. That's as simple as like you have to get up and do your morning routine and you have to read and you have to make sure, like if we're going out, the house is totally clean. And so we will go out and hang and then come home and usually watch a movie. And so depending on where they are with their math and reading is something that I'm requiring every day because I feel like 2 years ago we were reading like crazy and now I feel like we're not reading as much as we should. And I'm sure that is has to do with the screens. So trying to get that together. And then everybody has an houring of tutoring with me weekly. Um, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. And this is for stuff that when we did that homeschool boss test or the CLT or the PSAT, when it comes to testing. And I know testing is not the be all, but we are looking to strive to get some college scholarships and not be out here. And honestly, if I wasn't worried about the scholarships, I wouldn't be worried about this testing. Uh, anyway, um, so they have to do that. So everybody has different things to do. My 10th and 7th grader right now have outside homeschool co-op groups. So they have that homework that I want, all of the homework for their break. I want done by the 22nd, and this includes midterms. We do those at home. And so from their co-op, they send them home. And so I want that work done because I really want the break to be off, off. Okay. And so after that, they do their little chunk of work for the day. They do chores. And if their chore, for instance, say if the living room is already clean and they check it off, they can come to me and ask for another chore. So that's how that works. Usually around the holiday times, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that's great. Good. Now, organize the games in the top of your closet. So these are things that I try to get done during the holidays without me having to do them when the house is already clean. And it's like, well, but I did my chore, but you didn't really do anything. So that's what that looks like. And then I just let them know on the rest of the paper that contracts, we are going to have contracts. And if you would like to hear about our family contracts, let me know. I'll make a video about it. But starting in January, they will have contracts with us about the screens. They know that they get 2 hours a day on these laptops, which is a lot already. We do have 2 blackout days, which will start in January. Um, they probably also will be fasting TV or their phones in January. They always fast something in January. That's just a family thing. Like, usually churches do the Daniel fast. But I don't really make them eat like that. I will be doing a more stricter thing. And usually they do eat the same dinner, but like they'll still have snacks and stuff, whatever they want to snack on in the house. So, um, yeah. So the hours though for their laptops are from 3 to 9 p.m. And that means within that time, you need to figure out when your friends are going to be on the computer so you can chat with them. And they're not necessarily gaming all the time. Sometimes it's just to chat with people, with their friends through online, which is annoying. And so they're responsible to choose their 2 hours. And I also got a timer that they have at their desk. So it's like I need really starting to hunker down on helping them to be more responsible with the screens because I feel like if you choose to go off to college, you're going to know how to set your own, manage your own time, um, even if it's an ADHD thing. So that in itself needs to happen. And I am no longer stressing myself. The last thing I will say about our homeschooling is that coming in January, we will be having a way more concise schedule. I will not be doing school subjects every day, even if they are high school subjects. I am going to figure out how to get the work done, but not spend so much time on it. Um, because I feel like this homeschooling journey was meant to be explorative and fun and about family. Um, and I don't want academics taking that over. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey, and I will see you tomorrow.